Hi everyone, good morning. This is Raju from Smart AI Technologies. Today we're gonna work on crop yield prediction. Okay. Our aim of the project is we should able to predict the exact yield in the given location with some dependent parameters. For example, in our case, if I know state name, district name, and season, crop names, and what is the area, temperature, wind speed, pressure, humidity, and soil type with amount of NPK in the soil. If you know this, I should able to give the exact yield that you're gonna get in that field. That we should do using machine learning models. Okay. When we say machine learning, our first most requirement is data set. What data set we gonna use? In our case, I have made a data set for this. And one thing to remember is if you comment us your email, we will be providing you the data set and also the whole code to you. You can just comment your email. Yeah, I will start to explain the code. The first thing is pandas. I'm importing pandas as PD. This pandas library is actually used to import the data sets. There are three types of data sets that we can import using pandas. One is .csv, .xlsx, that is Excel sheet, and another one is .txt file, that is text files. All these three types of data sets can be imported using pandas. Actually, pandas will import them and make them as a data frame. That means when you import any hard data set like hard copy, that is CSV, Excel sheet, or TXT using pandas, it will become a mathematical format. We call that as a data frame. Here you can see initially I imported it using pandas, that finalized underscore dataset.csv, and I'm just displaying that data frame. You can see what is the size of that data set which we are working on is there are 12,628 rows with 17 columns, and I am removing that yield column, the last one. I will let you know why. Okay, I will remove this. I need to make it. Okay, I will again create that column. For now I will delete it. Basically for moving further, uh, we need to know something that is called data frames basic information. For that we use data frame.info. Data frame nothing but df.info. When we check the data frame info, what we get to know is what are the columns are there and what is the data type, D type. These two things we should check first. There you can see first one is state name. State names is object, district name is object, okay, like that. Crop year is int. Why this is so important? Because if we have any data set, okay, if we want to apply machine learning over it, the whole column should be in numerical format. It should not be in object. For that we use so many techniques. One is mapping technique, another one is converting the columns into dummies. We will see that in further class. First thing is, here you need to check one thing is, if there is some column, okay, it has numerical data but it will be sometimes showing object nothing but string. That will be the problem. Okay, in that condition you need to convert that particular column into numerical format sometimes. For that you need to see this carefully, what are the columns are there and in which format they are. In this case, from this data set I am selecting only Maharashtra data. I am going with only Maharashtra data set. I'm Selecting state names Maharashtra, like the data, the rows which are having state names as Maharashtra will be selected, and those many rows will be taken as a data set for further work. Again, I am checking the data frame. The most important step is nulls. Is there any nulls in the data set? To check that I am doing data frame dot is null dot sum. It will give me how many null values are there in each column. We can see that in every column there are 0 nulls, but in only production column there are 132 null values. It means there are 132 gaps in that data set. We will handle it. Okay, we will handle it further. For handling there are so many ways. Either you can remove the whole row which is having that empty value, or you can replace it with mean, median, like that. There are so many ways. We actually go with mean. That we will do further, like in further of this video. Data frame dot head. This call, like if I give dot head, if I give 10 here, it will try to give me the top 10 row values for visualizing it. If I give data frame of 6, it will give me top 6 values for visualization. Now I am checking that data frame again. Correlation heat map is there. What is this correlation actually? Correlation actually expresses how the two variables are depending upon each other. In our condition, we have so many uh, columns. Now this correlation, what it will give is, you can see if like on x-axis and y-axis there are same variables, but when you intersect them, it shows the dependency. For example, from bottom you take crop year and intersect with some other variables. For example, from x-axis crop year, from y-axis k, where they meet it is very darker. It means their relation is not that much correlated, like this. But when you see production and area, it's somewhat light. It means it's a bit correlated to each other. Now from that data set, I am considering the data which is after 2004. This I am doing because after 2004 only the data is somewhat relative to the yield. Okay, if I take the data set after 2004, I may get a good accurate results. For that I am going with this. I am taking the data set which is having crop year about 2004. Here you can see again I am checking the data frame info. I am doing this process as again and again because I just want to know if there are any changes, like anything wrong happened in my data set or like that. Now as I mentioned, we know that there are 9 floats are there, int 2 are there, object 5 are there. Object 5 are nothing but there are 5 columns which are having string as a values. But whenever you need to feed to machine learning any data, it should be in numerical way. For that, as I mentioned, there are two ways actually. One is you can go with the mapping. Under mapping, you can replace any value in that particular column with particular numerical values. For example, instead of district name column, Ahmednagar is, maybe you can give one value, 1 as a 1, so like Yavatmal as a 2, like this. For every district you can give some numerical one, you can map them. Otherwise you can go with this dummies, convert the entire uh, column values into row. Ahmednagar will become a one column, sorry. Ahmednagar become one column, Yavatmal will become one column. Okay, where it intersects, that will be one, and everything will be zero in that particular column. Now it means the row values will become columns when you use dummies. You can see Ahmednagar will come here. That's what. Okay. For every, for like we are doing that for all the columns which were having string as an data, and after that we are creating that healed column which we actually deleted. We can use that one only directly. I already coded like this and I made it as a data set. Otherwise, for making sure how to use two columns for creating new column, I am doing this. Now when I have a healed, there is no need for production actually, so I am dropping that. And when you do this get dummies, you convert each row into column, like the string row values into columns, but the real columns are here only, like district names, state names. They should be removed. Okay, now they should be removed because the data is got converted to dummies actually. So I am removing all of them. Now I am using scikit-learn for pre-processing. Here pre-processing nothing but I am transforming it to min-max scaler. It means when I use min-max scaler, the data is scaled between 0 and 1. It's just like normalizing the data. For example, you can see here area. Initially area column was having a very high data, high numbers, actually numerical values. But when we see other columns, the numbers are very less, but area was having very high number. That we don't want like that thing. So we need to make it or normalize it. For that we are going to use min max scaler, and we'll fit it. You can see now area values are 0.0 are like that. After that I'm going to check again data frame head. As I mentioned before, uh, if there are any null values, anyway we drop that production, but we created healed from production. If there was empty, now healed will also be empty, rows will be there. For that what we'll do is we fill that data frame rows with mean values. Mean values nothing but, for example, in this area column, if there is any empty data, we fill that with uh, all, summing all this area column values divided by number of the rows. Okay, that is main. Using that main we will replace that. Now using scikit-learn we gonna split the data into train and test. My interested, that is the target variable, what we call it yield. So for that I am taking yield column as my b, and I am dropping this actually unnamed uh, it got created when I imported the data set, and just dropping it. I don't want it. A, under A it will be having all the columns except the yield, because except the yield everything is will be my input. Now features are there. What are my features? All the columns except yield are my features. I'm just taking that as one of the list. Here I'm just checking like one list I created and gave 81 data, and I'm just checking it. Okay, now A will be having all the input columns, and after that we'll split that data set into 70 and 30. For that, test size we use test size, you can make it 0.2 in case of 80 and 20. We use random status 42 for that we use for shuffling the data. It should not take training data from 70% above rows and testing below 30. It should be shuffled. Okay, for that we use random state. Just printing the splitted data, train data, test data. In this case, A train will be training input, B train will be training output, A test will be training input, B test will be testing output. Now, which model we gonna use now? For the purpose is that actually first we'll try with random forest regression. Our requirement is regression. Where we need to use regression, where we need to use classifier is classifier we use when there is our targeted result is class. For example, if you want to classify a student as first rank, second rank, third rank students are like first class, second class, third class students. Means you want to classify any student in classes, class 1, class 2, class 3. In that case, if you want to detect classes or make some variable or input into some class, you will use classification models. In case of particular value, for example, if you want to predict what is the percentage a particular student is getting, in the same way in our data set case, we want particular yield, we want particular number as a result, not a class. So in that condition we will use regressor models. That's what we done. Okay, when we use random forest regressor, you see our R2 score is 95% and MAE is 89%, like this. Okay, it means our model is working very accurately. I will be sharing the whole code to you. If you gonna just text me, or uh, best way is just comment your email. Okay, I will send both the dataset and even the code. For further information, you can just to visit to our website. I will type that website name here. Otherwise, I will link the our website name in below. I will give link of this website in the video. You can visit that website for further clarification, or if you get any errors, let us know. We will help you. Thank you very much. Okay, in further video I will be taking some other good topics and will implement it. Thank you very much.